If you thought the Braxton family drama was over, think again. Things are far from calm. The tea is piping hot and it's spilling everywhere. So grab your seats because this story is about to get messy. Here's the scoop. When Traci Braxton passed away, she made a big decision. She left her son, Kevin Jr., in charge of her entire estate. Why? Because she didn't trust her sisters to handle things, and honestly, it looks like she had good reason. From accusations of greed to public drama and shady behavior, it seems the family has been anything but peaceful since Traci's death. Traci's will was crystal clear. She named Kevin Jr. as her personal representative, which meant he was the one to take charge of everything. This included organizing the funeral, paying off debts, and managing her brand and likeness. Traci made it clear who she trusted to get things done her way. Now, as the drama unfolds, it's clear that not everyone is happy with her decision. Stick around because we're about to dive into all the messy details of this family saga. This story just keeps getting more intense, and trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next. Before Traci passed, she made some very clear wishes for how she wanted things to go. She requested just one viewing, a cremation, and specifically asked for no involvement from organizations like Zeta Beta Sorority Inc. or the Order of the Eastern Star. Traci had a very specific vision for how she wanted her final days to unfold, wanting her family to respect her decisions and carry them out in peace. However, despite her wishes, there have been accusations of disrespect, with some people allegedly trying to capitalize on her death. The controversy has centered around the way certain family members have acted since Traci's passing, with some feeling that they've been more concerned about the spotlight and personal gain than honoring her memory the way she wanted. It's a heartbreaking turn of events, especially considering how close Traci was to some members of her family. The drama has exposed deep-rooted issues and tensions that were buried for years. Traci's decision to name her son, Kevin Jr., as the executor of her estate seems to have been a wise one in hindsight. Many believe she trusted him to follow her wishes without being swayed by the chaos around them. But as we've seen, even with the best of intentions, family drama can spill over in the most unexpected ways. Kevin Jr. is now caught in the middle of it all, trying to honor his mom's memory while dealing with the fallout from those who have their own agendas. The Braxton family dynamic is more complicated than ever, and it seems like there's much more to unfold in this ongoing saga. What happens next could change everything. Stay tuned, because the next chapter is about to get even more dramatic. Now, here's a big question. How close were the Braxtons with Kevin Jr. before Traci got sick? Well, it wasn't exactly a close bond. Kevin Jr. was given the responsibility of picking out Traci's outfit for the viewing and creating the guest list. Meanwhile, Traci's husband, Kevin Sr., was only left with a few things: bank accounts, a diamond ring, and some personal items. But most of Traci's estate, that went to Kevin Jr. Here's the twist. Rumors have been buzzing that Traci actually changed her will in the last months of her life, purposely leaving her sisters out. Why? Because according to her, she didn't trust them. And looking at everything that's unfolded since her passing, a lot of fans are starting to think Traci might have been right all along. So what's been going on with the Braxton sisters over the years? Let's dive into that and find out. Keep reading, it's about to get even messier. It's hard not to notice how Traci was often treated as the outcast in the Braxton family, especially on Braxton family values. Fans could see it clearly. There were many moments when it seemed like her sisters didn't really take her seriously. Remember that one visit where instead of bonding, the sisters just nitpicked everything Traci did? It was almost like the sisters were getting to know Traci alongside the audience. They were that distant. Given all this tension, is it any wonder that Traci didn't trust her sisters with something as important as her estate? But Kevin Jr. hasn't had an easy time since Traci's passing either. There's been a lot of drama, including the situation with the illegitimate child. Kevin Jr. explained how it all went down, saying, "I told you earlier that I have a daughter, and back then I was working a lot. But when Traci and I started doing the show, I eased up on work and spent more time at home, taking care of my house. My grandson, Z, from my daughter, would come over all the time and we'd hang out. Z loves spending time at my favorite spot in the house." Clearly, it hasn't been smooth sailing for Kevin Jr. either, and Traci's decision to leave her sisters out of the will wasn't just about money, it was about trust. With everything that's gone on, it's easy to see why Traci made the choice she did. Here's a story that will make you go, wait, what? Kevin Jr. was hanging out at Starbucks with his son Z, having a great time. He was sipping on his venti chai, and Z was being all hyper, running around everywhere. But things took an unexpected turn when a girl in Starbucks noticed them and decided to tweet about it, saying she was there with a child. And just like that, the rumors started flying. Kevin's sister-in-law, Toa, got in touch with Traci's management team, where the assistant manager helped spread the rumor that Kevin had an illegitimate child. They even included it on the show. But the twist? That child was actually his grandson, Z. Kevin Jr. couldn't help but laugh at how crazy things got. He told Traci, "That's how we ended up on Marriage Boot Camp. It all looked like a big misunderstanding at first, but it turned out to be a blessing in disguise." The couple ended up working through some of their issues and came out of it with a stronger marriage. Kevin even said he was thankful for how it all played out. But as if that wasn't enough drama, Kevin's also been dealing with personal struggles, including a messy divorce from his wife, Olivia. He admitted that the breakup blindsided him and it was hard for him to understand what happened. It's been a rough time for Kevin, but he's slowly working through it all. So, after everything that's gone down, it's clear that Kevin Jr.'s life has been a roller coaster of highs and lows. But through it all, he's trying to make the best of things. What a ride, right? Kevin Jr. has been through a lot, and it's clear that life hasn't been easy for him. He feels like he never really got a fair shot at saving his marriage, and things took an even scarier turn when he had a seizure on set after a grief counseling session. The production team found him unresponsive on the floor, and it was a terrifying moment for everyone. Luckily, he pulled through, but it really showed just how much he's been struggling emotionally. But that's not all. Kevin Jr.'s relationship with his dad, Kevin Sr., has been a hot topic too. A leaked video caught them in a heated argument, with Kevin Jr. accusing his dad of blaming him for Traci's cancer. Kevin Sr. denied it, calling his son a liar. In the video, you can hear Kevin Jr. saying, "You told me no," and Kevin Sr. firing back, "I'm not lying. Don't blame me for your mother's cancer." This video caused a stir, and fans are divided. Some think Kevin Sr. is unfairly taking out his grief on his son, while others believe Kevin Jr. is just overwhelmed by everything he's going through and lashing out. It's clear both men are dealing with a lot of pain, and it's caused a big rift between them. With all the family drama, personal struggles, and emotional moments, it's no wonder Kevin Jr. is finding it hard to hold everything together. The situation is far from resolved, and fans are still watching closely to see how things unfold. Stay tuned, because this family saga isn't over yet. Kevin Sr. has had his own battles with the Braxton sisters, and things have gotten pretty messy. He's accused them of disrespecting him and trying to ruin his name, and one of the biggest issues was Traci's funeral. The sisters claimed that Traci wanted to be cremated right away and didn't want a big ceremony, but Kevin Sr. disagreed. He said Traci actually wanted a celebration of her life, not just a simple cremation. Then things got even more complicated. Kevin Sr. revealed that Traci's father was at the memorial but wasn't initially allowed in because he wasn't on the guest list. Kevin Sr. said he wasn't responsible for that decision, but it still caused some major tension. And speaking of tension, Kevin Jr.'s relationship with his dad before Traci got sick wasn't exactly close, only about 20%. With all the drama around Traci's wishes and the funeral, it's easy to see why there's so much friction. The Braxton family is dealing with a lot of unresolved issues, and fans are divided on who's right and who's wrong. The story isn't over, and it looks like this drama is far from finished. Kevin Sr. recently spoke out in an interview saying, "I was with my wife through every step of her illness. We talked about her wishes in detail, and I did everything she asked. It's really frustrating that people are trying to paint me as the bad guy." But not everyone agrees with him. Some fans believe the Braxton sisters are using Traci's death to stay relevant. They point out that Kevin Jr. wasn't really included in family events when Traci was alive, but now he's suddenly being featured a lot on their show. Others think the sisters are turning their guilt into anger, blaming Kevin Sr. instead of facing how they may have mistreated Traci. They're lashing out at the one person who was there for her until the very end. And poor Kevin Jr. finds himself caught in the middle. He's trying to honor his mother's wishes while dealing with his own grief. It's not easy. He shared, "I have a daughter and I used to work a lot. But when Traci and I started doing the show, I slowed down on work and spent more time at home." Kevin Jr. is just trying to keep it together in the middle of all this chaos. With so many emotions flying and so many opinions, it's clear that this family drama isn't going away anytime soon. It's tough for everyone involved, and the story is still unfolding. Stay tuned, this family saga is far from over. Here's a wild story from Kevin Jr. He was spending a lot of time at home, taking care of his house and hanging out with his grandson, Z, who's from his daughter. Z would come over often, and they'd have a great time together, especially at Starbucks. Kevin would grab his favorite venti chai, and they'd have fun, but Z was bouncing off the walls, running around all over the place. Then, something crazy happened. A girl at Starbucks noticed them and tweeted about it, saying, "I'm at Starbucks with a child," and just like that, rumors started flying. Kevin's sister-in-law, Toho, got involved and contacted Traci's management team. They came up with this idea that Kevin had an illegitimate child, and it even made it onto the show. But here's the twist: the child they were talking about was actually Kevin's grandson, Z. Kevin couldn't help but laugh at the whole mix-up and said to Traci, "This is how we ended up on Marriage Boot Camp. What started as a misunderstanding ended up being a blessing in disguise. By going on the show, Kevin and his wife were able to work through some of their issues, and it ended up strengthening their marriage." So in the end, Kevin Jr. found a way to turn a crazy situation into something positive for his relationship. Life sure has a funny way of working things out, doesn't it? Kevin Jr. is really caught in the middle right now. On one side, he's trying to honor his mom's wishes and cope with his own grief after losing her. On the other side, he's dealing with all the tension between his father and the Braxton sisters. It's a lot for anyone to juggle. But here's the thing: Traci seemed to know exactly what she was doing when she chose Kevin Jr. to handle her estate. A lot of fans think she trusted him to take care of her wishes without getting tangled up in all the drama. This situation goes beyond money or things. It's really about respect, trust, and family. Traci's passing has brought up a lot of old issues within the Braxton family, and it's clear that it's going to take more than time to heal. So, what do you all think? Were the Braxton sisters wrong in how they treated Traci? Is Kevin Sr. getting unfairly blamed, or does he have some responsibility in all of this? And what about Kevin Jr.? Do you think his family is using him, or is he just trying to figure out a way through a really tough situation? We want to hear from you. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. This drama is far from over, and we can't wait to see where it goes next. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe so you can stay up to date on all your favorite celebrity stories. You won't want to miss what's coming.